Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm John. This is Many a True Nerd, and welcome to an extremely big, important channel update thing. Possibly the biggest, most important updating-ist channel update thing I have ever done. So, put quite simply, as probably some of you have noticed by the fact that we did a 100k, 100,000 subscriber special, not long ago, a few weeks back, really, and we're already kind of, at the very kind of cusp of hitting 110,000 subscribers. The scale that it is right now has just got to the stage where it's actually big enough that I can start kind of thinking about it in new and exciting ways. And what that ultimately boils down to, at its kind of just get to the actual point of all of this business, is as an experiment for the rest of the year, Many a True Nerd is going to be my actual full-time job. This is going to be what I do from now on. That's already happened. The time that you're hearing this, I'm recording this today on this Sunday. That's already happened. This last Friday on September the 11th, that was my final day at my job. I gave them notice a while back to let them know. I told them openly. I told them that this is what I was going to do. They were thrilled. They were thrilled for me that that's what I was going to do, and this is what I'm going to be doing for the rest of this year. So what does that actually mean? What does that mean for all you guys? So obviously that means daily videos, but you'll probably notice you've kind of had daily videos over kind of most of August. What I think it kind of means, therefore, is the biggest change is I think they're going to be, I was about to say good videos, that's not really fair. What I would say about August is August has been difficult. Like doing daily videos while you're also doing a full-time job is incredibly difficult. It's been very stressful. It's involved me working pretty much every evening and all through my weekends, so I haven't had a day off in months. And it also involves, I think, certain compromises on quality that I look at and I'm not 100% happy with. So, I think there was 1 week in August where the videos were part 12 of one series, part 4 of another series, then part 2 of another series, then part 3 of another series. And it was all just mini-series, so I'd recorded them in blocks because that was the only way I could make recording efficient enough to manage daily videos. So I think I can do better than that, and I think from kind of starting from next week as we go later in September, you are going to see an actual increase in the quality of the videos. Not that I'm not going to do miniseries, miniseries like say Curious Expedition and Party Hard went down brilliantly well, and stuff like that I want to do more of, and I've got a particular game I've got my eye on, a game that's kind of coming out over the next week or two that I think is almost certainly going to be a miniseries. That's still going to happen, but there's going to be lovely heavily edited videos, there's going to be more one-offs, more new miniseries stuff. There's going to be live streams. Live streams are definitely going to happen. I'm really interested by live streaming. I've been speaking to a couple of other YouTubers who I know who are more familiar with live streaming than me and getting some tips and advice on that. So there's going to be lots of interest. There's going to be some interesting live stream stuff, and I'll kind of go into some details about what I'm thinking about what I will be live streaming close to the time. But please do kind of throw suggestions down in the comments. I am more than open to this being a very collaborative process. What this also gives me is it just gives me a lot more time, because what I've been doing kind of through the last few months is because I've only have so much limited time to record, I just record stuff I know is a pretty good candidate for making good videos. So, I did so much Curious Expedition, though I love Curious Expedition, because I knew I could record it and I'd get some pretty decent videos out of that. I can be a lot more experimental and do stuff that I probably wouldn't invest the time into otherwise from now on. So the videos that some people say they want back, yes, I hear you, Rome Total War, lots of people want flipping Rome Total War. Rome Total War is coming back. That one's the kind of, that one's a bit of an interesting one to record, because Rome Total War, to do a series of Rome Total War, because the battles can be really, really long, therefore I could record for hours and hours and hours and only get a single part. But now, I can do that. I can do things like that. I can do all these interesting experiments. I can do games that if they just launched, I'm not even sure if they're my thing, but sure, why not? I'll give them a go, and if it turns out that it's not my thing, fine, we'll just make one really awesome video and we'll move straight on. I just feel like I've weight lifted off my shoulders. I feel like I've got so much freedom to experiment now. I can make all these just really interesting new experimental videos that just previously I wouldn't have wanted to spend the time on. But now if I spend my entire day making a single video, then that's absolutely fine. That's okay to do. And previously, I wouldn't have dared to do that. I spent the last few months thinking, if I sit down to do a recording session, I flipping better get 2 or 3 videos out of it. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to keep up the number of videos I'm putting out. So I'm pretty excited about that. Obviously, we've got loads of new releases coming over the next few months. I'm going to be trying to cover quite a few of them. I'm still going to try and cover some awesome indie games and just some extra random ideas, some of which I think are really exciting. I've also been discussing collaborations. I've been discussing like doing some more videos with some really exciting other YouTubers, which I think some of you are kind of going to love. Some of them you'll probably be able to guess pretty easily. But I've been discussing doing collaborations with more YouTubers. I think that'll be really exciting and create some really fun, interesting, videos that are just a bit different. And most importantly of all, now that I don't have to spend every single kind of weekend day just hurriedly recording and editing and trying to make as many videos as possible, it actually gives me more time to do more community interaction. I think I've been pretty good at this. I'm pretty good at getting back to you. If people send me messages or comments or emails or whatever, I think I do a pretty damn good job replying. What I would like to do, however, is make myself available to actually play with you guys. So we're going to be doing some community playday stuff. I think it's going to be incredibly exciting. I'm really looking forward to that. I did a few of these on a small scale months and months ago, but I kind of just announced them very last minute, so we never got more than 4 to 8 people attending them. So we're going to do those properly. They're going to be properly advertised. Now, obviously, the first one is going to be a week today. Next Sunday is the first big Many a True Nerd community playday. We're going to be in GTA Online to celebrate the fact that what's that new thing called? The free mode thing, where you can just all the events happen regularly in the overworld. So you don't have to be constantly going in and out of lobbies. You can just be in the overworld and stuff just happens. I think that sounds really cool. That actually sounds more like my sort of thing. So that's going to be on the PS4 version of GTA Online. That is going to be next Sunday. I will put some more details up close to the time. But yes, that's going to be the first one. I'm sorry if you don't have the PS4 version, you can't attend that. I do also have an Xbox One, as you'll be aware, because obviously I've done Rare Replay. I will try and do events across all the consoles and PC. So as soon as the new PC is built, that will be I'll do PC events. This first event's PS4. I'll probably therefore try and do the next event on Xbox One, and I'll cycle them so all of you will get a chance to play. But yes, next week we're going to be doing the first big GTA Online event. So do please come along, have a play with me, and obviously I'll be recording that at the same time, so there's a chance you may well get to be featured in a Many a True Nerd video if you actually do come along. Now, well, hopefully all that sounds nice and suitably exciting. Obviously, the timing that we've got to is all very important, in the fact that I've made this decision, the fact that we're where we are in the year. Not just that there's so many new games coming out, but that there's games coming out that are obviously close to my heart and close to the heart of all of you guys as well, particularly with Fallout 4 and Hitman just around the corner. Obviously, this gives me the fantastic advantage that I can be, covering Fallout 4 not just on launch day, but on the week it comes out. Obviously, do expect daily videos, and do expect daily videos for Hitman when that comes out too. Absolutely, I love both of those games, and I'll be giving both of them a lot of love, more than I could possibly do if I was still working somewhere else at the same time. So that's another big advantage. With those exciting games coming out, now's just a good time to do it. What I know really is, if I don't give this a shot, if I don't take a few months to just say, you know what, let's just try doing this and only this and see how it goes, I'll regret it. I will regret it. So that is why I'm giving that a shot for the rest of this year. Now, next year, I'm going to have to figure out how it all went, because this is not going to be easy. This represents a huge reduction in the security of my income. I will not be getting a monthly paycheck anymore. I will be getting as much of the ads as YouTube pays me. And the amount of ads that are sold in front of my video and the amount that I'm paid per ad varies hugely, and I don't have really much control. I have limited control over the former and zero control over the latter. It's going to be very, very difficult. YouTube is volatile, and the amount that people have been paid for ads on YouTube is in decline and has been in a long-term decline. Ultimately, as a priority, I have to keep a roof over my head. I have to, keep eating and being not homeless and so forth. Me and Claire have to live. So, next year, I will have to look at how this kind of experiment for the rest of this year goes and figure out what that means I can do, whether I can keep doing this full-time into 2016, or if in 2016 I have to take some form of other work, whether that's part-time a few days a week, or whether that's occasional contract work, or, just one day a week or something, what I actually have to do. Obviously, this is something that a lot of YouTubers, even YouTubers much bigger than myself, have had to kind of come to terms with over the past kind of months and years. And a lot of them have done it by talking about brand deals. So I personally don't like the sound of brand deals, even ones that are incredibly transparent and labelled as brand deals. I don't want to do that. If there's any way that I can make a sustainable future on YouTube not doing that, I would rather do any other way of doing it. And that brings me to the one thing that I actually do. And the one thing that I actually do is Patreon. And I don't like to mention this. In fact, I think I've gone too far the other way. I always wanted to never be looking like I was pushing the fact I was on Patreon. I hate the idea that anyone would think I was just pushing my Patreon all the time. So, and I've probably gone too far the other way, and I never mention it. I never mention any one of my flipping videos. The extent where sometimes I get comments on videos saying, "Oh man, I wish there was some way I support you if you consider setting up a Patreon." I have to point out I already kind of did quite a few months ago, in fact. So I do try not to mention it. I feel very bad about it when I do. But ultimately, if I want this to be sustainable, if this is something that I want to do, not just for the rest of this year, but also through 2016 and onwards, genuinely doing some really, really awesome, amazing stuff that hopefully all of you want to see, really good quality videos every single day, I'd love to be able to fund it all through ad revenue exclusively. And I will do what I can to grow this channel to bring myself close to that, but much, much larger channels than myself are already realising that they don't think that ad revenue alone is sustainable, because ad revenue is in a constant state of decline. It's constantly you're being paid less and less and less for ads. There's multiple stories of people who are getting, quite a lot more views this year than last year, but are being paid less for those views. And I would rather turn to people voluntarily choosing to support Many True Nerd if that is what they choose to do. Because just to kind of put this into context, and I think kind of the numbers kind of baffle me sometimes a little bit, which is if 1 in 20, just 1 in 20 of the subscribers of this channel were to put in $1 per month, then I could do this full time without any problems, any hesitation whatsoever, for the entirety of 2016. I would be secure and safe knowing that I had a regular source of income that meant that I could keep a roof over my head and keep food on the table and not be at risk of everything falling apart. Because honestly, I think the deal that's being put there is actually a pretty good deal. I'm going to make videos every single day. Given I do pretty long videos, that's going to be probably at least 30 minutes of video every day. So that's 3.5 hours of free entertainment every single week. And all I'm asking is that 1 in 20 of you put in maybe $1 as a tip at the end of the month. That's that's the equivalent of doing without one coffee from a coffee shop every 3 months or so. If maybe you could do without a coffee just once every 3 months so that I can actually, afford to do this full time going into 2016. That's it. I think that's a pretty good deal. I genuinely think that's a pretty good deal. And if you do, use AdBlock with my blessing for the rest of time. Go for it. Go nuts. Never be exposed to ads again. That's absolutely 100% fine. And one thing that's really, really important to me is that it is completely 100% optional. On Patreon, I don't do tiers, so you have to give more to get more stuff. I don't like that. I like it being an entirely optional choice. If you feel you have got enjoyment or pleasure out of the channel and you feel like you want to give $1, that's fine. That's so appreciated, because just a small number of people all choosing to do that basically means I can live. And hopefully, I think in terms of the amount therefore it costs per hour of entertainment you're getting is a pretty good deal. A deal better than you'll get on any cable network, better than in any cinema, better than I think pretty much any form of entertainment. And if you can't, that's fine. I fully understand there's loads of people who have loads of completely legitimate reasons why they couldn't contribute. And that's okay. All my videos are going to be freely available on the channel now, and they always will be. I will never put anything behind a paywall. Donating to Patreon will not get you videos early or anything of that nature. The one thing I do for the patrons is the Patron Cast. That is a monthly kind of behind-the-scenes podcast thing, but it's not a gameplay video at all. There's no gameplay in it. It's just me talking about the channel, about what's been happening, about what's going to be happening over the next month. I think the two interesting things about it is I will talk about the games that I'm planning to play over the following month, so people kind of know what's going to be happening ahead of anyone else. And it also functions as kind of like an ongoing running Ask Me Anything type format. I think it's just a bit more of just a behind the scenes look into the channel and into me. And if you like the sound of that, like literally anyone who donates anything on Patreon gets access to that monthly. I try and do it at the beginning of each month. In fact, the September one just went out the other day. So there we are, ladies and gentlemen. That is probably the biggest channel update I have ever had to do since I just flipping started the channel. In fact, it's pretty amazing to me, and it hasn't really properly sunk in yet that, yeah, not more than 2.5 years after I started this channel, I've now in a situation where I've left my job in order to give it a chance to see if I can actually do this, if I can actually make this work full-time as my job. And that's going to be definitely for the rest of this year, and if it goes well, into 2016 as well. And I hope that you take away from this that I just want this to be an announcement that hopefully all of you feel pretty good about, because there's going to be loads more videos, they're going to be much better videos, there's going to be live streams, there's going to be community playlists, and that's all going to be fantastic. And if you do want to support me on Patreon and also get involved in the Patreon cast, of course, then that's absolutely fantastic, because you're directly supporting me being able to do that and being able to keep doing that. But most importantly of all, I just hope that you all just see the difference and see the improvement. And I hope that as I'm less flipping exhausted trying to keep up with things and have a lot more time to make brilliant videos for you, you genuinely see that this channel is getting better, because I think next to what I've done in July and August, I can do so much better for you guys. I'm so excited for what I'm going to be making over kind of the next coming months, and I hope that you are excited to be seeing some of that too. So there you are, ladies and gentlemen. That is, yeah, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. And in the meantime, I've been John, this has been Many a True Nerd, and this has been the big channel update. Thank you very much, and goodbye.